Okay, so you guys get this extra one-on-one time with me. So Thursday night was a much bigger group. The screen was like full. I think there was maybe like 30 people on. And so they didn't get as much time one like I shouldn't say that. They had a really great call if you by chance have seen the recording because your leader had shared it with you. It was great. It was awesome. There was lots of sharing, but it's really neat that there's just a few of you on this morning. So you guys will get more time to ask questions and stuff. So what I asked them to start with is people on this call might not know who you are. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. So this is where we practice following directions because superstars of our team, they can follow directions. So you guys will notice on Sunday nights when we do like our big org call, I'll say, tell me who you are, tell me where you live, and then I'll ask a question. And everybody defaults to how they got to Epicure. It's like this natural thing you do because we're in this business together. Okay, I don't want you to answer that this morning. I want you to answer who you are, where you live, because it's fun to hear like what time zone you're in and where you are. And what do you think created your July success? And if you want to add to that, what are you shooting for this month in August? Because there's enough time with the smaller group. But I really want to know what created your July success so that those on here can hear other ideas and what people are doing, the rock stars of our team. And also anybody that watches the recording can take away maybe that as a nugget. So who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead and go. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm Tara Scher. I live in Mesa, Arizona, and I first qualified as a leader in the month of July. And I, honest to God, believe that it was with the help of my team that took me over to qualifying as leader. We literally all pulled together just to get those final few orders. That final couple people signed up in the last week of July. Emily's on the line. She's been rocking it. She's been doing great, having just started, a month ago now, a little over a month ago. So it really has been a lot of teamwork, a lot of encouragement from Elise, from Kayla, just believing in me, because I woke up the last day of the month not even realizing how close I was to it, and decided, you know what, I'm going to do it. And I think their confidence in me as well is really what helped push me over the top.
I just realized two things while you were talking. One, your last name is not pronounced the way I'm saying it. That's embarrassing. So say your last name one more time.
Scher, like the singer.
Yep, that's as easy as it could be, and that's not how I was saying it. So we're moving on from that topic.
Yeah, Scher.
Yep, that's exactly how I do it, because it looked
Yep.
like that. I mean, why wouldn't you just sound it out? Second thing I want to share with you guys is, this business is built on helping people. And Tara, you have that just natural. You want to do that, and you're also very hungry for your own goals and things. And I just want to say these calls are my favorite. Like, I couldn't wait to get up and do this call this morning, because you guys are, again, the tops. Congratulations. Like, you are the people in July that plugged in, you did the work, you're showing up to your business, and maybe you didn't even hit your goals. Like you're hearing Tara say that she did hit a goal. She decided on month end, when I messaged her and said, hey, do you know how close you are to leader? Like, I'm cool if you want to wait till next month, but if it was me, I'd want to hit this month and next month, because why not? And she's like, oh my gosh, absolutely. And so that's her story. And you might be on here and thinking, yeah, I was the top in my team, but I didn't hit my exact goals. Here's the coolest thing. Our business works in a 30, 60, 90-day momentum. What you're doing today is just building for your fall to be explosive. So just if I could give you one thing in case you have to jump off, as you hear everybody's success strategies, know that the best success strategy is that Tara's been showing up. She's been running cooking classes. She started a microwave on fire and just kept going anyway. She just continues to do the daily activity. So just stay consistent, because you're building your future here for sure. So that's the second takeaway I had as you were sharing, is I think people don't know, like, I know, Tara, because I work with you, how consistent you've been and how much you love sharing good food, and how you rush home from work and you jump into things when you can because you work full time. And I want everyone else to know that's that. She didn't do anything magic, and she wasn't even thinking about leadership. She knew she'd run for it in August, but when I messaged her on July 31st, because I saw her numbers, I was like, you're too close. I would lock it in this month, and then you have 2 months under your belt by the end of August. So Okay, who wants to go next?
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm from Vickery, Ohio. So just in between kind of Toledo and Cleveland. So it's 9:11 here, so not too early. I just joined June 11th, so I haven't been with Epicure very long. My success for the past month, I think, is just because Epicure is so new to our area, and that I've been very passionate about talking it up to everybody that I know. And then some of those people have jumped on board and become passionate about it too. So I think it's really not being afraid to share it with people, not being afraid to, hand maybe a meal solution to one of my family members and saying, hey, I want you to try this and tell me what you think and then post about it. Things like that. But I think that's been the biggest thing. I told Tara my goal for last month was to hit 2,000 QV. So that's what I made a big push to do. And so goal for this month is to get 2 new team members on my team.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. This is the thing too. We talked about this somewhere this week. It came up. I think it was on an individual coaching call I was doing on Zoom. And somebody mentioned, Emily, same thing. Like, gosh, I think some of my success is just coming because nobody's heard of Epicure. And well, some people are nervous and they want to try the products first. A lot of people are jumping in and they're trusting me. And I looked right at whoever it was. Who was this? I can't remember. And I was like, the funny thing is they're not buying Epicure. If you think they are, let's flip that right away, superstars. They're buying you. They trust you. If you right now post, Tara has a coffee in her hand. I can see it. Tamara, you sell another amazing product line. When you post something that you love, people are going to look at it. They're going to consider it. I talk about these headbands all the time from B brand because I live in Wisconsin. So in the winter, I love them because you just like literally pull them down over your ears and they're warm. And then in the summer, I just pull them up a little bit, but they stay on my head. They hold my hair in place, like blah, 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 right? All of you, if I wasn't using this as a training right now, if I just would have said, oh, this is a B brand headband, a chunk of you would go and look that up. You'd go look up the company, the B brand, and see what cute items they have, what the price point is. Many of you would make a purchase because hopefully you trust me. Emily, that's what you're building. And I just want to celebrate that. And all of you superstars, like that's what it's about. And also, we are truly a ground floor opportunity. I hate when companies advertise that. I try not to overuse that because it's annoying, right? Like everything's ground floor if you make that up in your head. And anything that's a new product is technically like revolutionary or life-changing. I'm careful to use those phrases, but in reality, right now with what's happening in the world, people truly need what we have, especially those that have allergen needs or are just on such a tight schedule with their family that they're eating junk because they don't know how to make it healthier or better. And you guys have the potential to be the first that brings them Epicure. To me, that's ground floor, because 5 years from now, if you stick with this, you'll be way past Kayla Troutman and where she is, because I didn't work the first 5.5 years with a company that was that. I worked with a company that had a 20-year history. So you guys just have infinite potential here. So I'm glad you're on, Emily. Thanks for sharing. Who wants to go next?
Okay, so my name is Tamara Stowe, and I live in Cincinnati. And I think, well, I know my success last month was with sponsoring, and I followed up when Kayla mentioned that she was giving away a gift to those who joined on those 2 days for the anniversary. So I just followed up with ladies that were thinking about joining and told them if they joined on those days, then they were going to get a gift. And that just sold 2 of them on wanting to join on those days. So I'm actually thinking about, because I have 5, maybe 6 that are like on the fence about joining. So I'm trying to come up with my own thing about what to give them.
Did you get your gift, by the way?
Yes. And so I actually meant to message you. Thank you, first off. But so I got this box in the mail and it didn't have my address on it. And so I before I like looked at the address on it, I opened it and I'm like, oh, this isn't even mine. And I put it back in the mailbox. And for like a week, I kept putting the flag up and the mailman wouldn't take it. And then I noticed someone else posting pictures. And when we're on vacation, I'm like, oh, that actually was for me. And then I came home and opened it all the way and seen that there was a letter in it for me. So thank you.
That's so funny. Well, yeah, and it had to have your address on, or how would it have gotten to you?
I know, that's why I was confused. It did have like two red check marks on it where maybe it got lost at some point, but there wasn't my name. And then it also had like a different Milford address on it, but somehow they knew it was mine. But yeah, it was very
Weird. Yeah, something must have went weird when, yeah. So if you guys don't know, we did, for our, like last year in July, we could pre-sign up for Epicure before sales went live, and sales go live, the 20th of this month. That's when we're officially 1 year old. And so anyway, we could pre-sign up. And so I did something fun on this 8th and 9th, 7th and 8th, whatever it was last month, just to honor the date that many people trusted in me we never had any products. We never tried the steamer. I had about 100 people join my team that day. And it was all on faith. It was all on just trusting me and what I was telling them was going to happen. And they were meeting on Zoom meetings with Dana and our CEO and stuff. But it was very much just, like kind of smoke and mirrors. I felt like it could have all been a hoax. They had we didn't know. We were just trusting. And so I wanted to honor that. And I did that incentive. And it was funny because, yeah, you had two people. And I thought, oh, she's got people who are motivated by something. It doesn't even matter what. You could just a gift. The word gift is going to totally motivate them. So, and then all of a sudden when you said that, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know if you got yours. So do you want to tell them what it was? Tell them what I sent you.
Oh,
Do you
sorry,
have it?
but it's a little maple leaf bracelet to like represent Canada and all their success. What was the brand? Was it
Alex and Annie. Yeah, I'm sort of a junkie. So if you are in our team and you earn a free trip, I give you Alex and Annie for that. If you're my personal direct and you promote to leader, that's what I send you. Every leader does a little bit different for their leaders, but I love Alex and Annie. So sometimes you'll see me on a video. I've been trying not to do it on Facebook Live because my leaders told me it jingles a lot, but I have a whole wrist full of Alex and Annie. And I liked their mission years ago, and I've just kind of stuck with them because the people that have been building a business with me for a long time, they have this whole collection now and they love them. So every year I pick different things for different, to symbolize different things. So just super fun. But what I was going to suggest, if that works for you, Tamara, is, what I sent to the people who joined so that and all of you know, that day when we did that, the people who were already in Epicure, they were our team members like you, they got the Alex and Annie bracelet to represent Canada and where it started. The people who joined got a water bottle, and then I mailed them one of our Epicure decals so that they could have something that says Epicure on it. So you don't have to do anything expensive. Like the water bottles were, I think, like maybe $10 on Amazon. And then I dropped this in the mail and it gave me a chance anyway to say, welcome to our team. So you could do anything. We also have, do all of you know this? Shake your head. We have a really cool Vistaprint store, and we have coffee mugs on there and bags. You could just send one thing off of that and direct ship it to their house. And I don't know, if I was joining brand new and I was going to get something that said Epicure on it, like a mug or something. Women love coffee mugs. I hate to sound, silly about it, but I love coffee mugs. I have a whole cupboard of them.
Mm-hmm.
And this one in particular, check this out. It says live epically. It's all glittery. Isn't that fun? So that those are just ideas, Tamara, or you could do product. A lot of times people raise your hand if you would have joined extra, like sooner, if you knew you were getting extra product of some kind. Like, I think that's pretty common, right? Yeah, we love products. So doing, I don't know what you have on hand, but doing like a variety pack of your own. If you have a bunch of sets of 3 meal solutions, I'll sometimes just say, I'm going to do a bunch of meal solution sets for you. Or one other idea I have, you guys, is you could send them one of the fundraiser sets. In your supplies in the back office, you can order up to 10 of those. Don't do them all at one time, because you want to be able to get them down the road if like your box gets crushed. But you really only need one fundraiser set to demo, right? To show in your videos if you're talking about it. Some of you probably aren't even talking about this yet. I just realized this is a good learning for you. The fundraisers are amazing, and they come in these really cute boxes, and it comes with like 5 or 6 meal solutions and a dessert. You could send them one of those. It would only cost you like $12. There's no QV for it. You're not going to get any credit because it's called a supply. But then they would have the fundraiser box to show when they start their business. And if they rip it apart and they eat it, who cares? So those are some different ideas that you could do. Anybody else on this call? You guys are the rock stars. What could she do because if I had 5 people on the line, I would definitely come up with a bribe. I'm not going to lie. I am not below bribing anybody with something fun, because women, especially women, and I am being so gender specific and not neutral here, but women love things. They just love things. And so I'm all about it. Like, honestly, the girls geeked out, the upper leaders, about me sending them Silly Putty a couple weeks back. They got it on a Thursday, and I always play with my Silly Putty during my meetings. And so I sent them all a Silly Putty, and it just said, thanks for being silly with me. I had more people send me a message and say, this was so fun. So I don't think it matters what it is, Tamara, just I think the concept is really good. And you could say if you join, today or tomorrow, we could come up with why that would be. But who else has an idea? Have any of you guys done anything like a prize or an incentive?
I'll go ahead and introduce myself, and then I'll talk about my
Yeah,
sponsoring
no, perfect, yeah.
prize. So I'm Mackenzie Ivory, and I am from Milford, Delaware. And I was top in sales last month. And really my big tip is you have to be unique and go live a lot. So go live more than just your cooking class. So I've been live 3 times this week. I have my live planned for noon today, and my meal prep live tomorrow. And really that's just what has helped me grow my business. And my goal for this month, for August, is I was over 2,000 QB. So I'm going to hopefully hit 3,000 QB in the month of August. And so I have nobody under me right now. And I do not suggest this, but this is a little out of the ordinary. I had the opportunity to buy an extra set of concert tickets for a country artist. His name is Jimmy Allen. If you've ever heard of him, he's from Delaware, and he's playing a private show that's completely sold out. So I'm giving away 2 concert tickets to anybody who joins my team by the 12th, because the concert is the 13th. I don't think anything that extravagant, but we decided to take a chance on it.
Cool. That's a really smart idea. Yeah. Here's the thing too. If you guys, really quick before I let everybody else have a chance here quick to share their ideas, I want to quick say too, I've done it different. Tamara, I've done just straight up, like I said to you, that day, the incentive you took advantage of, sign today or tomorrow and you get a gift. It was that simple, right? I didn't ask any questions. Your 2 consultants could do nothing in the future. They were getting the gift no matter what. So I kept the price point really small. Sometimes I've done bigger things. I've actually paid people back for their kit in the history of my business. But then they had to do something, right? They had to either launch a successful cooking class or whatever, especially because, Tamara, you're still in your month 2, 3. You're still in Fast Start.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing too. What's really fun is you get a cash bonus when they do a successful cooking class. So you're paying yourself back for that incentive, right? Where like once you're out of Fast Start, you don't get the cash right away when they sign up. But obviously, if you're recruiting, you'll be a leader and you earn commissions. But I don't want that to sound negative. But in Fast Start, they give you a cash bonus to really help you get excited and get the consistency down. So like even if you take half of that or a portion of that, and that's what you're figuring is going to be like what you allocate towards this, I think that's good. Or like I said, you could do something bigger. I never find with joining that a drawing is as successful. The person you're talking to wants to know that they're in. Or like in my recipe club for sales, I think Mackenzie, again, we talked a little bit on the Superstar call the other night. She does like a really cool like monthly prize for her customers, and everyone that likes, engages in her group, shares pictures, books a class, orders, their names all go in that drawing, right? That's different. That I think is super successful in your VIP groups and in your customer base. But when it comes to talking to someone about joining, I think what worked, Tamara, is that you went to each person and said, my leader has something fun running. So you would just say, actually our team, that's how I would word it if you're just doing it. Our team is doing something fun where today and tomorrow, if you decide to join, if you bite the bullet, not only do you get the amazing business kit and all the things, and we still have a lot of time in August as month 1 and September. That to me is a huge perk. Make sure you guys are always talking about that. When you're before the 20th of the month, always be reminding them they get their sign-on month and their first full month. That's a lot of freaking time to get started, right? So that's one perk. And then I would say we're also doing a gift. So you would get something extra in the mail just for joining. And then it's up to you what you decide to do. Emily or Tara, any other ideas of what she could do if she knows that worked for her once before? I always say repeat what works until it doesn't work anymore.
I've never done an incentive like that for signing up, but guess what I'm doing today? Emily, I'll connect with you and we'll figure out a game plan, okay? Let's get some people signed up.
Yeah, that sounds good. I've never done anything for sponsoring either, but I've got 3 people on the line right now. For me, it's mostly because they haven't pulled the trigger yet because they haven't tried the product. So for one of them, I purchased the 3 weeks of easy, um, some, yeah, the 3 weeks of easy dinners for her. And we're just waiting on that to get there. I offered to take her, my own personal ones, and no, I want something to come to my house. And so I did that, and it was nice because then I also got the QV for it.
And I will say that whenever I'm doing, so like when I was sending out the water bottles in Alex and Annie, I love Alex and Annie. So I was like, okay. But yes, my leaders even said, we're so surprised you did a water bottle in a graphic or a sticker decal, because normally, Emily, I do recommend all of you, especially if you want to earn the trip, you want to lock in leader numbers, which Tamara, I know you're running for a leader and you want to get these people signed up. You want the QV. It's a no-brainer. Like anytime you can put in volume, it's better for you, right? For trip points, for all the things. But that being said, sometimes, let's be real, a nice piece of jewelry or something, and not the bracelet I sent Tamara, I don't want to make this sound like it's like 24 karat gold with diamonds. It's just a simple string bracelet. But I've had a lot of the women that got it say they wouldn't have bought that for themselves. They weren't going to go out and buy something symbolic of their new business or whatever. So I always try to think too, like, what are they going to do with it? Honestly, nobody will tell you that this is sexy, but I send out personal development. This is brand new from Amelia, actually, our CEO. I send out personal development books a lot to newer consultants. Like if they hit a personal goal that I set for them, people love books, even if they're not going to read it. There's something about having it on your nightstand that makes you feel very, like intelligent and like you're plugged into life and things. So there's just so many ideas you could go with. But I think when you're running for a goal, right now is an amazing time to look at what you have. So Tara and Emily and you guys connect and say, okay, I have the one gal, I'm sending her the 3-week dinner collection. I don't think she's going to budge. She needs that product to arrive. Okay, I'm going to put her on the back burner. The other 2, you might be able to, Emily, talk to and say it like it is. The kit is the best way to try the product. It's a risk-free box of food. There's no penalty if they do nothing. Now, on this superstar call, this is between us, okay? So everyone make eye contact. I am not telling you to go sign up every Tom, Dick, and Harry that you meet in the next month, okay? That's bad strategy. But what I am telling you to do is to really think about it. If you were to honestly ask yourself, what's the best way to try Epicure? It is the business kit. You get the most variety, you get the cookware, and you get this community to help you try it, right? To run a cooking class or just to do it in your own kitchen and try it. So Emily, if that is the confidence you need to just go back to those 2 people and say, hey, I was on a call this morning and I have never thought of it like this. But as you're waiting because you're nervous about not trying it, the kit's the best way. I should have offered that to you. If that's how you feel, you can say that or say it in your own words. But I'm careful because when I first came over, I had about 10 people probably in the first 6 months that joined me just for that reason, that I then wouldn't even get back to me and send me a message to let me know what they thought. But here's also the thing. Did that really hurt anyone in essence of now one of them is a top customer of mine? She won't do the business, but she got that kit and now she buys very regularly. Another one of them messaged me and just said, how long do I have to stay deactivated now that I deactivated? I know I did nothing with the kit the first time, but now I'm ready. So I always feel like there's a blessing in it. If they're really interested in trying it, there's something good that will come from it. So that's one option. The other thing is when you're having a conversation with someone, and Emily, you did this already, and they're like, I really got to try it. You could say like, hey, here's the deal. I will send you out 3 meals. What are some things your family likes? If I don't have a sample of it, I'll measure it out. Is that okay? Now you cannot sell them. I hope you guys know that. You cannot measure out taco seasoning in a bag or something and sell that. But if you're working with a friend and she's okay with you doing that, you could mail that out or get that to her house. And then I just set the tone though. You're going to try it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. And by Thursday, we're going to discuss what the best option is for you. Like I'm just very direct if I'm going to go out of my pocket to send things out. So Emily, same for you. Stay on her because you sent her the 3-week dinner collection. Okay, so we'll tie this all together. Tamara obviously recruited 2 people in a very quick amount of time because of an incentive. Does it always take an incentive? No. You guys, I signed 3 people this month. I signed No one last month, but all the seeds I planted last month, they pulled the trigger right away at the beginning of this month. And I think what it was my language of, okay, really though, now is the best time. You get all of August as like your freebie, get on board, train, we'll get you launched. And then September is your first full month. And you get half the month with the current catalog and half the month with the new catalog. There's not a better time to join. So I wanted to give you that language in case that helps you, because I didn't need to offer anything necessarily, but I also had them in line from last month. Last tip on all of this, when you have a goal, when is an incentive applicable, when is it not? For Tamara, because she wants to hit leader as soon as possible, and we want her to because she's a rock star, I would say an incentive is applicable. What does it hurt? What does it hurt to throw it out there? Keep it smart, be smart financially. I never want you losing money in this business, okay? Making a small investment on someone, absolutely, but I don't want you losing money. Do you always need to do something? No. People should want to gravitate towards you because they believe so much in what you're saying, okay? Last thought on this topic is, Emily, you said something about, in your sentence you said, and I'm just using you as an example, I'm not picking on you. You said you had 3 people and they were waiting and they wanted to try product. And one of the things that immediately comes to my mind, if you and I were on a one-on-one coaching call, I would have said, okay, well, who else can you ask them while you're waiting? So I challenge all of you. I'm looking at you, Mackenzie, and I'm looking at you, Tamara, and Tara, you too, because you're a new leader and you got a free trip to Canada to earn. So you want to find your next 3 people as soon as possible. Always be thinking as here's why I'm saying this. Last month, I talked to so many people and I was like, why is no one saying yes to me? I'm awesome. Like, why is no one saying yes? And then I realized I was in a lot of groups of teachers, scary time, right? Nurses and people like that. And some in our area were actually laid off because they thought we were going to need these big COVID command centers. And that was like where their department would have been, whether they were ear, nose specialists or whatever. And they rearranged all of our like medical system here. And then nothing ever really happened. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying COVID's not real, but we didn't have hospitals full of sick COVID patients. So I actually have nurse friends who haven't been working much and stuff. So they're scared. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of unknown. And as I analyzed that, I thought, gosh, all these seeds you're planting are going to pay off. If I would have got hung up, Emily, on the 3 to 5 people that were going to join me last month, I wouldn't have the 3 recruits I have right now. Because funny story, the 3 that have joined me so far this month weren't my top 5 that I thought were going to join me last month, but they are people that I planted the seed with. So just keep talking. I actually have a 4th. I'm hoping she'll get back to me this morning and say yes. And then I said to my husband, okay, who are my next 4? Because I have to make up for last month. Because I had a big goose egg. And in my mind, I just have goals and I want to make up. Set your mind like that. Just look at it like it is. Yes, I was down on myself a little bit, but really ultimately I know in this business, you guys, if you keep going, you'll find the people and then they'll join you all in one big bunch. So I have no doubt, Emily, you're going to have at least 2 to 3 teammates join you this month if you just keep sharing. And same, Tamara, I bet you can get 4 out of those 5 to say yes. It sounds like they're interested and they're close.
I was going to say, do you
Okay,
think,
now I want to use this time. Oh yeah, go ahead, Tamara, go.
do you
go.
think like some samples are a good enough gift, or should I do like meal solutions?
It depends. Like if you're doing a really nice variety and they're going to get a ton of samples and maybe some teas. I don't know if you have the teas on hand.
Yeah,
I don't know what you have on hand. I think people love like more variety because then if they didn't get it in their kit, they can try it. Also just trying to be smart and look at what they do get in their kit. So they're not like, well, that's dumb. I already got General. I'm making this up. I don't even know if General Tso's is in the kit, but you don't want them to be like, oh, I got General Tso's already and I got mac and cheese. Although seriously, could you ever have too much mac and cheese? Let's talk about that. I feel like that you could never have too much of. Also, you could do too with that, Tamara. I don't know if you have like a dollar store around you or something, but I love to throw in like a little chapstick. Sometimes I'll go to Target and get the Starbucks instant coffees or those, what are those things that everyone pays way too much money for? Those pink drinks from them. It's like a refresher, I think, or something. Oh my gosh, I would never spend my money on that, but that's okay. Everyone's different. And it's fun to get like little, so you could throw in just a couple of little treats with the samples. And I think I would be thrilled to get that. If you want to send one, my address is N. No, I'm just kidding. But I think that that's fun. I think that those kinds of things are super fun. And it's a great way to be like, thank you so much for trusting in us and for joining our team on these 2 days. I wanted to send you a few things that'll rock your business and a few things that'll remind you that as an entrepreneur, we need to take care of ourselves. And that's one of the tips. I'm going to give you guys just a couple of tips quick, and then I'm going to let you guys ask questions and use this full hour to your advantage. But one of the things that I did on Thursday night that I think was helpful is I gave a few tips, my best tips for being a business builder. And in effort to keep this a little bit different than Thursday night, I'm just going to give you a few that I think are really important, because all of you on this call specifically that I can see are leaders and upper leaders of our org. And you're going to be doing this in 2020. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, some of you are going to promote this month and quickly in the next few months continue to grow. I see Tara as a senior leader and a director by the end of the year, without a doubt. So these are some things that you have to take care of. You have to take care of yourself. So when I recommend something fun like that, even a hand sanitizer, because let's be real, we are in a weird world. And I went to a play date the other day and I didn't take any wipes or hand sanitizer. And I felt like I was the only mom that was getting those evil looks like, really, lady, what planet do you live on? And I forgot Macaulay's mask, so we couldn't go in and buy animal food. Oh, such a story. Okay, so anyway, those kinds of things are, the sweet and thoughtful, and they also, though, show what we need to do as entrepreneurs. You need to make sure you're taking good care of yourself. I'm dressed in my workout clothes because I committed to myself a few weeks back that I was going to start working out every single day, and I have been doing so much better. I have been going to a gym in town during the week, and on the weekends trying to ride the Peloton. We have a Peloton in the basement. Okay, that's another thing. Second best tip I have for you. Don't make excuses. There are valid things that come up, you guys. Life happens, shit happens. It's okay. And you never, ever have to send me a message and say, Kayla, I'm so sorry I didn't get on the superstar call. Like, I'm not feeling good. Awesome. Don't even send me the message. To be honest, you're just taking a little more brain power of yours and a little more brain power of mine. And I trust you. You are a business owner. Trust yourself. But an excuse is if you rolled out of bed 6 minutes after the call was supposed to start, and now you're just telling yourself you don't feel good. There's a difference, right? And either way, you don't owe me an answer. You don't owe your upline an answer. You only owe yourself an explanation for what you're doing. But the biggest thing I see in this business is what I've done to myself in fitness for the last 4 years. So I had a friend message me a before and after picture from our gym that we work out at this morning. And it's this woman who's killed it. She's lost like 60 pounds or whatever. That will never motivate me. I'm just not the person that looks at that and gets motivated. What does motivate me, though, is it caused me to do something while I was drinking my coffee before this call and looking up some inspirational quotes just to get my head space right to be my best for you guys. I found a picture of myself in 2014, the year I joined direct sales and the year that I decided I wanted to do this. I had not had my son yet. This is a key piece of the story. And I'm going to guess at least 60 pounds lighter than I am right now, maybe 70 or 80, to be honest. Nate's not sure. And where did the excuses start? After I had my son, I could never get my shit together in the fitness world. And it's just been excuses. Really, it has. I'm not looking for sympathy. I will start something and then everything else in my life is more important, including bad habits like drinking wine and eating cupcakes. Like, that really is a real thing I'm dealing with. And so in doing these superstar calls, it's been funny because both times and just preparing my mind beforehand, I'm like, the advice you give everybody in business is exactly the advice you need to take in your own health and wellness journey. And I know that. So I want you to know the excuses comment comes from a place of love. And by all means, it is not in reference to, if you're being bullied in the workplace, or your marriage is hard right now, or you have a baby that's up all night. Like, guys, there is life still. I get that. But you also can find a way to work this around that, if that makes sense. So just be careful of excuses. That's my second tip. So take care of yourself and let's lose the excuses. Okay. And then number 3, my best tip actually is nobody else is going to go after it like you do. So get your mind right now. You will be the best hustler on your team. You will want your goals and dreams. Like, you guys don't care if I get the lake house. You don't care. And I don't want you to care. It's not your job to care. But I care if I get that lake house. So I'm going to work every day with or without any one single person. Do I want Tamara on my team? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited that Tamara is a part of our organization. Do I want to work with Emily? And do I want to work with Mackenzie? Yeah, Mackenzie, I got to do a Zoom with you a couple weeks back already. And I immediately messaged your upline and said, oh my gosh, she's a rock star. Whatever you do, we want to keep her in our team. So I want you all here, but I want you to hear this just like it is. No one's going to work at this like you do, because you only you really know the deep, dark desires of your heart. When I started direct sales 6 years ago, it was really because I was a CrossFitter. Again, wow factor now, right? You look at me and you're like, you did CrossFit? That's okay if you think that. I think that too some days. I used to do CrossFit pretty competitively, and our marriage was really in a struggle season. We were thinking about getting a divorce. And so for me, all of this tied together in a focus of, let's commit to our health, let's commit to our relationship. And this business was just extra money to make everything a little bit easier, right? And so now, here, speaking of the devil here, not the devil. Hi, are you leaving? Okay, love you. See you later. No, I'm not, you're not the devil. He's looking at me.
Good
like,
morning,
"What the
Nate."
heck?" They're saying good morning to you. And now he's super embarrassed. I put him on the spot and he's like, what the hell did I walk into? But when I say this, I say it with like everything I have. Nobody in the entire time that I've been in this business wants my dreams and goals like I do and is going to work it as hard. Funny, I am starting to see, and you guys are probably starting to see in our organization, some of you are those people. They're starting to be chased. My old bests are being completely crushed, totally raising the bar, totally making me rethink what I think a top sponsoring month is, or a top sales month, or the speed that you can promote. But again, I just really want you to hear that. Like, you are the only one that can know what you really want here, and that's going to work towards it. And then your job, my fourth tip, is to empower others to do it with you. And don't set some timeline for yourself, or, we talk about SMART goals all the time, goals that you can really track and you can somehow measure and you can stick with. But there's a difference in that. And then there's a difference in Tara being so close last month that it would have been silly for her to be like, yeah, but I said August and I'm okay with this month no matter how it falls. Oh my gosh, I get it. I'm okay too. You killed it. That's what I would have said to her. But there is still a reality that you are like 500 QV from leader and you have like everything locked in. Why wouldn't you find 500 QV on the last day of the month? Especially when we have simple suppers that counts as 125 QV a piece. That is a no-brainer. Go to work and sell some simple suppers. Like, and I don't say it like that, but you guys know what I mean. And P.S., if a goal isn't met, who cares? We celebrate anyway. The celebration would have felt the same. But when it is met, it reminds you that there's no real timeline or no real way that this has to work. It's based on what you want to do. And your job then, as you grow as superstars, is to empower others to see it too. So Mackenzie, when you're live, you might think you're just cooking for people, but really you're showing them that they can run an at-home business, that they can have dreams and goals too, that they can have a great relationship with their significant other. Like, those are things that I think you're embodying when you're live. And when I see Tamara, your social media posts are freaking bomb. They're so good. I want to be your customer. I want to be in your circle. So it's just always like, challenging yourself before you post something or before you go live, level up in your mind, just like I did before I came here this morning. And I again, got my head right. I was reading some quotes and things that have helped me over the years. Do that to yourself. Look at what you're doing and say, is this empowering other people? Am I going after what I really want? Do I believe in myself, and do I believe it can be done on my timeline? Those are my best tips for superstars. Notice how a superstar really doesn't need me to say, do cooking classes, share the opportunity. Like, that's all we do here. If you don't have that yet, then you're on the wrong call. Just hang up, just give up. No, I'm just kidding. But truly, that's what we do. We share good food, however you want to do it. But we know the cooking class model is easiest because you get the most people, in front of you at one time. And then we share the opportunity. And we don't share the opportunity because it's a pyramid scheme and we make tons of money by recruiting them. You guys know this. We share the opportunity because it could change someone else's life. Like, I hope you feel like it does for yours. And in that hope, it fuels us to go after it and share it and look for people who are like you, like-minded, who want to do something big with their life. They may not work the business the same as you. They may not have the same goals, but that's not your job to care about that. It's to just share with them and then love them where they're at. That's my yellow lab. Hold on, I have to show you. She's too cute not to show you guys. She acts like she's a guard dog. She's really old. Really, she's just a family pet who just barks at the window. She's not going to kill anybody, and she's not going to save us from any major things. Okay, what questions? So what can we best use the time that we have together for? What can I answer? What do you guys want to brainstorm? You've got some top minds here, and this is, again, such a great size group. So I'm going to stop talking.
Okay, so I have really two questions that I didn't get to ask the other night. My first question is, so I'm getting ready to go back to school. We're starting out virtually, but now my business has really taken off in terms of cooking classes, and I'm capping myself for the month of September. I'm completely booked for August at 15 cooking classes for September, which I think is going to be a lot going back to school. I'm not going to be able to service everybody who was starting to really like the product. But you know, Jay and I, we have personally FaceTime people to talk about the business, and we are just, when we get on live, we talk about the business, and it's in my cooking classes. And we got to sit and talk to Karen the other night because we went and visited her, and she was like, you know, it will just come.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like, what can I do? Because I'm getting ready to I'm overwhelmed. Like my piles of like giveaways to ship and just all these little things that we've got to do is just kind of starting to pile up. And I was like,
Yeah.
is there anything else that I can do?
Yes. Well, first off, I'm glad that okay, so I hate the prize part. Oh my gosh. Mackenzie, my floor when I was in the heat of COVID starting, or, you know, when we were doing a club, my whole office floor overwhelmed by it. It was giving me such anxiety. So I just want to normalize that first off. Sherry Ide is one of our successful leaders. She hates milk prizes so much. She's literally ready to hire someone just to do that part of her business. And she doesn't really want to spend the money, but she hates it. It's like, you know, we all have a part of every job we don't love. And you probably have a part of cleaning your house you don't like and parenting your kids. I hate bedtime. I know moms, a lot of you love that. I freaking hate it. It's terrible for me. I hate pretending that I want to read in voices, and it's just totally an act. Do I do it? Oh, hell yeah. He's going to be a smart little cookie, so I'm going to read him all those books and those voices. But I do not like it, Mackenzie. So what you can do is you can figure out a couple things. First off, try not to get behind on income producing things. Sending prizes don't make you money. So even if the pile piles up, you're a teacher, an educator, they'll get it. Just stay. Prizes go out once a month. I will run out to the post office. I promise you they're coming. I just sit down one Saturday morning. I take 2 hours. I bag up all that shit. And maybe that's something that he can help you with. If you get him the addresses, like when you're picking the prize winners and you're announcing on Facebook, pull the 2 addresses or whatever and print them out or write them out and put them on a pile by those prizes. And then someone just has to write out envelopes, right? And stuff the bags or whatever. Like maybe there's some automation kind of you can do there. But what I would do if I was that busy is you don't want to do that number of cooking classes and do a shoddy job. And I know you're not a shoddy person. So I'm going to tell you this so everybody else hears this. Have I done 20 cooking classes in a month? Yes. If you were not around in April, I was the rookie of the year last year. I did the most cooking classes anybody's done in Fast Start. It wasn't easy. And Mackenzie, I do this full time, and I had moments of like tears coming down my cheeks because I was like, I can't. And again, I was driving to every cooking class. I can't go do another cooking class. Like I literally can't. But somehow I went. I did the Mexican menu again for the 19th time in a month. And what came from that, Mackenzie, is now I have a really nice group, right? 6 to 8 classes, maybe up to 10. If September gets busy, I'll take some more because fall's great. But I have this really great group because I didn't drop the follow-up or the customer care. I do not message, text, or call my clients that regularly. They know they are working with a top executive. And so I really let them know, I love you. I appreciate you. I can't do this without you. But here's how you're going to hear from me. You're going to see me in my Facebook community because I love my tribe there. And that's where I'm going to be. And then you're going to get emails from me right after you purchase. So you have all of my contact information. 2 weeks later, making sure your products arrived, you have recipes, you know how to use cookware, and in 2 months. And you'll also be in my regular newsletters and again, in my Facebook group. I'm not going to call you. I'm not going to ask you to book. I want you to want, this is what I say. I want you to want me. In my closing of my live cooking class, I say, I want you to want to be a part of this. And I want you to also see that I've really grown in this over 6.5 years. And the blessing is I now have all these other women I want to help. And I've got a family that I want to love on. Mackenzie, people get it. So be you. Make sure you don't make them feel like they're thrown to the curb. But my people, oh my gosh, my email business is strong. And that's what I wanted, because if I was teaching full time, I don't want my Facebook Messenger to be popping up all day long. Is your team chat, all of you are in a team chat, right? Or you're in some kind of team Facebook group. Yeah, I get it. Guys, be responsible. You're superstars. Turn that shit off and check it later. Like, be an owner of your life, okay? But you can minimize your own noise by getting into some kind of groove like that. Is your VIP group going to have to just sit with the notifications until at night? Yeah, that's just what's going to have to happen. It'll be okay. But I can tell you, like, doing less will be more in the long run because you'll get really good at serving those people you now have in your funnel, Mackenzie. They'll reorder naturally as you do fun things in your group, and then you'll run a solid amount of cooking classes still. P.S. I'm never telling you to do less, because when you guys have goals here, why do you think I did 60 some cooking classes in like 60 days when I first joined? Because I had huge goals. I was rebuilding an income, but I also want you to know that I don't want you to burn out. So finding some kind of groove, a normal number when you start school and stuff is going to be super helpful. Is that helpful to you?
Yes, absolutely.
One other, guys, this has really been helpful to me. Terry, you work full time. You might appreciate this, or this might not work for your personalities. So I have like a list, and actually, I just bought a new. I want to show you guys this. I just bought a new planner for next year because yes, I'm starting to put hopefully trips and things we'll be doing in 2021 in. And I just found this kind of planner. I've never had this before, but it has the month view, so like a normal month calendar, and then check this out. Every day, it has like a daily to-do list and my hourly time block, okay? And Mackenzie, this might be something that would, oh, isn't that cute, by the way? I know. Okay, so why that might work for you is I've always otherwise had my planner over here, and then I have this to-do list, and this is what I work on all week. And every morning when I get up, these are the 3 habits I do. Like I pray and I do all of my personal habits first. But then when I come in here, these are my business habits. Have you welcomed every newbie to the org? That's what I ask myself. So I go in, I run the Fast Start report for my org, and everyone gets an email when they join from me. So at least they have some kind of contact with the director. Then have you posted in any parties that are events and not groups? Sometimes I have hostesses that want an event, they don't want a group, and I do live cooking classes still if someone will have me, and so that's an event. So I'm trying to go away from that because that's just another thing to do. And I can't automate that because you guys know we can't schedule an event, but that's on my list. And have you thanked and set up automatic follow-up for all customers that purchased yesterday? So I literally run these 3 things, or I do these 3 things. I run the Fast Start report and grab all the new consultants that joined, get an email out to them. I do my posting if I have any events, and then I immediately, Mackenzie, go into my order screen, grab their emails, and I send them their thank you, set up their 2 weeks, set up their 2 month. Every day I do this really quick in the morning. And then I grab that email distribution list that I just made, right? Those 16 people that ordered yesterday, or the 2 people that ordered yesterday. Every day is different. And I put them into my constant contact list. Hold on. Sorry, my dad's trying to call me. I put them into my constant contact list so that then they're into my future newsletters. For you guys, if you don't have this massive customer base at this point, you probably just have like your Gmail or whatever you're using. Just create a distribution list that says all customers. And so I do my 2 week, my 2 month, I set that follow-up up, and then I go ahead and I make sure that I have a distribution list with everyone. And that way, when a sale launches, when the new book launches on the 15th, those kinds of things, you can literally just hit distribution list, get the email drafted up, like, oh my gosh, the new catalog launched, and go. You're also going to be posting about it on social media anyway. And to me, that's enough, Mackenzie. When you're working full time, that's enough to start. When you have time, you'll reach out to people one-on-one. I still do reaches, you guys. My marketer board is full of people I reach to, but I don't have this like very specific reaching science anymore because I had to automate some of that to make sure that people know I appreciate them. Otherwise, they would never get a thank you within a reasonable amount of time, or never a check-in or whatever. Does that make sense to everybody? And is that helpful? You might not like the automation email. Maybe you need to do a text system. I know they have those text services. Maybe you want to do something different, but I think you can manage what you have. And even with your high volume, Mackenzie, I think you can do it. I think you just have to like allow yourself maybe not as much face-to-face, feeling like you have to like literally voice them or get on a call or something like that, and that it can be an email thank you and stuff. I think you're gonna maybe just have to come to grips with that. And then I think part of your question too, though, was signing up people that you've talked to. Go back and tell me. It was like 2-parted. It was like, I have all this stuff going on, and I have this pile of stuff to mail. I felt like that was very much like the volume of things you're working on.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, just because I am the only person within hundreds of, well, yeah, probably like 200 miles of me doing this, that I could probably like maybe use it as a recruiting tool. I just don't know how to word it because I don't want to give up work, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, definitely. Yep, definitely don't give it. I agree with you. We've had a couple leaders that thought strategy-wise it was really great to like hand off work. And something I'll tell you is it's never really successful in our industry, because if they booked with Tamara, they want Tamara as a consultant. If they booked with you, Mackenzie, they want you. because you guys are funny. I would want you to. You know, if they book with you, Emily, they want you. But what you can start to say is, you guys, I am doing 15 classes this month. There is so much business to go around. I don't know what is holding you back as you listen to me tonight, as you watch how easy this is. Guys, we're just having fun. But I need people to help, because as school goes back, I can't do 15 classes. I want to, but I can't. And even my upline is telling me to lower it. That's the cool team we're in. They're saying, don't burn out. So I need you. Like those kind of, I'm just making this up, but though that kind of language is definitely okay to talk about and definitely okay to share and use as a recruiting tool. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mackenzie, I was saying that a lot in the fall. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was saying that a lot in the fall, those kinds of language when I was getting in the car night after night and doing all these live cooking classes. I was saying, like, you guys, Wisconsin is like the only state where people even know Epicure, and I'm still drowning. So like, seriously, get on my team. You know, and we are very populated here in Wisconsin, technically. In comparison to the rest of the United States, Wisconsin has the most Epicure consultants in the United States. Super random, right? Because why Wisconsin? Because you have Sonara Brown, global director in Wauwatosa. You have me sandwiched in the middle, an executive director, and you have senior director Chris Pearzo in Green Bay. We're all within 2 hours of each other. And we're just a powerhouse in the United States. We are those people. Does it matter? No, I haven't ran into one person yet that knows Sonara. And she lives in Wauwatosa and I live in Fond du Lac. It's less than an hour. Not one person has said her name at a party. Like, oh, I was at Sonara Brown's party, or I attended a virtual class. No. Carissa and I were good friends, so there's a little crossover, if that makes sense. But we've become friends over the years. It really is totally open. So using that as a perk or a reason to join is definitely a good idea. What else?
Kayla, you said you send out a newsletter. How often do you send out an email newsletter?
Usually once a month. Sometimes we have things like drop in the middle of the month, so I'll send a second one, but somewhere near the beginning I do. I actually haven't done one yet this month simply because I haven't had the time. And also I didn't really have anything new. Like, think about it. We don't have a taste test or
Right.
whatever. So I didn't really know, like, if I should wait till mid-month and kind of do like a push for whatever products come out on the vault list. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I don't really have anything to say right now. So Emily, one of the things that you're either going to love or hate about me, and I think more people probably hate this than love, but it's okay. I don't have this like perfect business structure to my life. Like, I just show up in my office and I do the things that I have to do for hostesses and for my team. And then the rest of that kind of stuff, I do get it done. But it doesn't bog me down, because Mackenzie, otherwise I would have quit when I worked full time. But I just wanted to stick with this. So I gave myself permission to kind of wing it in certain areas until I had the time. Do I always have a running list? Yeah, on here it says, finish reaching out to the people that got the $10 coupon. I reached out to everyone that got the 20 or 30 or 40, like if they had purchased more than once in May. But the people that purchased one time, I haven't had a chance to finish reaching out. I'll do that sometime next week. It also says, finish hostess coaching. Probably need to finish that from Monday because that didn't get done yet, but I will do it. And all my hostesses, by the way, like, I had a party last night, 9 people were on, I booked 2 future classes, orders are pouring in. Like, as long as you just keep doing it, perfection is not needed in this industry. But definitely brain dump and keep track. So you don't look like, I don't want my customers to think I'm flighty, or people to think I'm just careless. I'm not. It's just, I know that the newsletter is not as important as meeting with you guys this morning and giving you everything I have, giving you all of my energy and making sure I build you guys up. I can make a newsletter tomorrow, or I can make a newsletter Thursday afternoon. It's not going to matter, right? Yeah, and then I have what I do is just track each class that I have coming up, and like, I use colors for, like, okay, the group is set up. She has the group and she has the initial words. You need to schedule posts. Okay, now everything's done and you just need to send her reminders, things like that. My husband's messaging me about a fishing charter that we're doing next weekend. I tell you, seriously, nobody can make decisions. And I'm the most indecisive person on the planet, so don't ask me. What else?
I have another quick one.
Please.
So at the end of my cooking classes, I've watched so many of your cooking classes, and I always watch them right before I do my own. So I do your call to action about, okay, so here's what you can do if you've seen the product that you like, your time-saving cookware, your meal solutions, and let's get you on my books. I still have people that buy the most random things. Like it's so weird.
Me
So I'm like,
too.
am I saying something wrong? Like, or is that just what people are gonna do?
That's what people are gonna do. People do whatever they want to do.
Like,
Yep.
because I look at their order, I'm like, I didn't even show that. And okay.
Yeah, yeah, people just buy random things. Last night, one person bought just the muffin maker. I'm like, okay. Like, I think it's just such a, to me, that's not what I would maybe start with, but sorry, I have really bad allergies, guys. But I should just be really glad, I guess, that they started with cookware, because cookware is great. And if they love it, maybe they'll get the steamer next. But when I saw the order, I was like, interesting, first choice. I definitely talked more about the mandolin and the multi-purpose steamer than I did the muffin maker. But I also have people that just order the petite pan, or people who order, I had someone last week order just the sponges, like just the sponges.
That's the
That
one
would
that cracks me up. Like, I'm going to pay just as much shipping as I am the item.
Yes.
literally just the sponges. Whatever. I mean, here's the cool thing. I just do a thank you post. And I'm like, I love the sponges. You can wash veggies with them. You can clean your silicone cookware with them. In my mind, I know she doesn't have any silicone cookware, but I'm trying. And I just share, and I just treat everyone the same. And I just try not to get wound up on that. Now, Mackenzie, the very next order that came in behind hers had the Greek kit, which is what I demoed. It had the 3-week meal collection, which is what I suggested at checkout. It had the chocolate cupcakes, which I demoed last night, and it had the Southern Baked. And so that person got it. I didn't mention the Southern Bake, but she got it, right? So I think it just depends. Is that helpful?
Yes, I was just making sure it just wasn't me, like people just buying like random things.
I'm telling my husband to ask the other people we're going fishing with. Don't ask me. I don't care how long we go fishing for. I don't want to go fishing anyway. Just doing one of those good wifey things. Will you guys die if I work my business the whole time we're on the charter boat? They're all fishing and I'm over here just like working my business because fishing brings me this much joy. Sometimes you just got to take one for the team. So anyone else? We have time for 1 or 2 more questions. Or thoughts, comments?
I have something that I just learned yesterday that I thought completely brilliant from Sarah with an H on my team. And I say that because Kayla's, she kind of petered out. She got started and really didn't do anything with her business. But I saw something that invited me to a group. She's doing a back to school block party where she joined up with a few other mom bosses in our neighborhood that have different type of product in one big sales group, and they're doing this back to school block party thing. Well, she did this quick video about 2 or 3 minutes long where she just filmed herself saying, "Hi, I'm Sarah Balliff. Welcome to my kitchen," kind of thing. And this light bulb just went ding. I feel like with so many of our parties here in Arizona being virtual now, I feel like having something like that, even if I just do one video and I post it at the start of each of my groups, when the posts start going off, a couple days before the actual live event, I feel like that's just going to be a way for them to connect with me. So I actually had Sarah send that video to our group because, yes, it took her 25 takes or whatever, but I actually set up some props and all that. I'm actually going to do that same thing just as a way to connect with my people from the very start, because in looking back, I feel like a lot of times with my virtual class, even though I'm doing all the things, the call to action, I'm sharing with them how passionate I am about the Epicure and the need that they need this in their life as well. I just feel like I'm not seeing the results that I think we should see. I feel like a lot of that is because I don't have that connection with the people within the group itself, because virtual is so much harder. So I just thought that was really cool. I can't wait to incorporate that into my groups this coming week for my cooking classes.
I love it. Yeah, I think it's great. You know, it's funny. I used to do that. It's so funny. Dana said to me recently, Dana Nicholson, she said, if you haven't had a chance to connect with her yet, definitely be on our all team call Thursday night, September 17th. We're doing a team call, a team night virtually. You can find the events in our team page. And then we're doing a rank advancement night. And then all leaders, you're going to want to be on. If you're a leader, this is a huge reason to get to leader this month if you're not a leader yet. I have a very, very big guest speaker coming on Sunday the 20th to talk to leaders and above. So we're doing a team night, a rank advancement night. Each of those have special people coming on, Dana being the team night. And then we've got someone really special that I'm not telling anyone what I organized for the 20th. But when Dana gets on, you guys will just feel her. She just recently said to me, how many times in 6.5 years have you heard one of your teammates share something that you used to do and you literally want to hit yourself in the forehead and say, why don't I do that anymore? It's like you hear something new and you old stuff that was working. So Tara, I used to do that. I used to have a YouTube video that was like, this was Wild Tree now. I'm Kayla with Wild Tree and I'm so excited to be here. And this is my son. And like I even had my son in him because he was little and I was home with him that day that I recorded it. And I do this for him. I talked a little bit about my why, talked about how I found the company, and I talked about how I couldn't wait to connect with them. And that sometimes I pop on live for the Facebook. Okay, can you guys hear me? Yes. Okay. I don't know what's happening with my internet connection. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's really weird today. I keep going in and out. So I'll finish fast. But basically, I would just say something like, yeah, I might be live because Tara, Facebook parties, not with, let's see if we can fix this. Okay, doing a test. Am I back? Yes. Okay. I used to do my Facebook parties where it was just posts and I didn't do this whole big long demo. But sometimes I would do a demo at the beginning. It all depended on Macaulay when he was a baby and if he was being good that night. Because Nate, remember, if you guys don't know my whole story, the reason I joined direct sales was to get my husband to make a ton of money alongside my corporate job. I was never going to quit, but I wanted to pay off any debt we had and get my husband out of a shitty job he had. And so he'd be gone all the time at night. We like never saw each other in the early years of Macaulay being a baby. So my business, Tara, was all about Macaulay. And I just was honest about that. And people loved it. That intro video, though, made sure that whether I went live or whether I didn't, they had a connection to me. I love that idea. That's the summary. And I haven't done that in a long time. That's a great freaking idea. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Now that I cut out and I want to make sure that I didn't miss something in there. Was this helpful? Do you guys like this call? Do you think it's motivating to be the tops in each of your teams? Okay, cool.
Any chance I can connect with you, Kayla, it's awesome.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Well, thank you. I don't know. I hope I brought some good valuable stuff. What's really cool too is, so really quick, just painting the vision for Tamara and for you, Mackenzie, and for you, Emily. Our leadership team meets regularly. So like this coming Sunday night, we're having a leader call with all of my leaders. So if you love connection, like I can't encourage you enough to get out there and share the opportunity and rank advance. You will love being a part of that community. And then our upper leaders, Tara, for you to know, and I know you work, I think, during this time, but we record it for you. Every Thursday afternoon, we meet as an upper leadership team. So if you're a senior leader and above, and part of that call is just honestly this. We just talk. We just pretend we're in a boardroom together. We call it a board meeting. And then a lot of it, we decide fun things like, where is our leader retreat going to be? Stay tuned for details on how you can earn our leader retreat. We are proceeding on pretending that COVID is not going to crush all of our hopes and dreams in 2020 and 2021. And we are going to pick a place. And I'm going to hope all of you can get there if you are leader and above at that point. It's going to be in January. We're looking at the last weekend in January. But I'm going to do something really fun. I've always done a leader retreat. And 2020, we were just taking a break for 1 year because we had so many Epicure trips planned. And I didn't know how we were going to get another trip in, to be honest, and how people could afford to take time off of work or time away from school or whatever it is, their kids. So my leaders had voted, let's take a year off. Let's do other incentives and things. So we've been doing that. And then COVID hit. And honestly, I just need to be with people. I need to be with you guys, my people, my tops. And I want to thank you. So a leader retreat in our organization is gifts from me when you get there. And I do all of the meals and all of the alcohol that's paid for by me and my husband. And we always run, and Emily's laughing, but that is actually a very expensive bill, the alcohol bill, partly because of me. And so we just have a lot of fun. And last year we did like headshots. Everyone got a professional headshot, and we did team building activities, and we popped champagne and had these special Epicure cookies made for Saturday night. And this year I have a couple of really fun ideas. I've got a couple of people in my network that I didn't have before that do some different kinds of like virtual game shows and stuff, trying to think of some fun different things to tie in, because I don't know that I feel comfortable bringing outsiders in. We'll already have a decent sized group at the house. I don't know that I want to bring more people in because of COVID, but I want to find out, some fun things to do. We work out together. We do some kind of workout together, which can be fun or not fun, depending on the workout. So just get excited, because we really have a really cool community, and it's one of the things I think that sets us apart in this company and in any company I've been in, is just this organization that I've just been so blessed to lead. So that's all I got. Okay. On that note, go rock your weekend, go have some coffee or go do something fun with your family, and hold me accountable. Somebody message me in about an hour. I need an hour. I need 15 minutes quick to make a live video for a team that asked me to do something, and then I'm going to go work out. Okay. So someone message me and say, did you work out? Because I still am in the mode where, like, if I'm not going to a class, it's easy to do work. And then it's noon and my husband will choke me if I'm not ready to leave when he's ready to leave. Say we have an appointment at noon. So, all right. Thank you guys for your hard work. Superstars. Congratulations. You're awesome. And if I can help you, Mackenzie, if I can help you lock in any of those recruits, sometimes it's different personalities too. This is not a diss to Karen. Karen is a freaking rock star. You were on a strong team. But in case, sometimes, like, I'm not saying Karen's old, but she is a little older than me. If that would help you, she won't be offended by this, but if that would help you, let me know. And same with Tamara, you, again, rock star team that you're in as well, but sometimes it's different personalities. So always know that if you are the tops, you guys, and you're chasing down goals, I am available. I can Zoom with that person, or we can just do a quick 3-way call, or even if it's just talking to you, message me and I can send you some words that might hit home with that person. Let me know. And then obviously, Emily, same to you and Tara, you know that already. But I'm working closely with Tara too. And Tara, really quick question for you. I should end this